Hi, I'm Michael Lee, and I'm here to show you our new keyboards from EMU, the LongBoard and ShortBoard. These products are based on a new synth engine chip that we've developed at EMU. It's called the 8030. The engine itself comes from the long heritage of EMU synthesizer hardware. The engine itself is capable of producing 128 voices of polyphony. It has super high quality pitch interpolators, and it's also got a built-in effects machine. So with these products built around that chip, what we've been able to put in here is 192 presets, which includes a GM bank, the GM kits, as well as some keyboard sounds that we think are essential for the performing keyboardist. So we looked through our vintage EMU library, vintage keys library, and selected kind of the best of the best, along with taking a new grand piano and tuning that for this system, and we've come up with these devices. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of both the ShortBoard and LongBoard. Okay? Okay, so moving left to right on the front panel, a couple of essential controls, volume control, octave up and down, pitch, mod wheel, those are pretty standard. We have a data slider and then some controls for the synth engine itself, so a cutoff, resonance, attack, and decay release, chorus, and reverb, so you can tailor your sounds with these limited number of controls. There's a couple other buttons here, a select button which gets you into some of the more advanced modes to let you do program changes, select the MIDI channel, change the velocity curve, and then also assign the data slider. We also have a split layer functionality on this keyboard, which allows you to, of course, stack two sounds together, and I'll demonstrate that later. In the middle, what we did is we put together a matrix type of view of the presets. So you can see that they're arranged in columns and rows, and to select any particular instrument, all you need to do is two button presses. So if I wanted to do the one in the lower left corner, it would be the grand piano. I would just need to select the two buttons here, one after the other. As far as connectivity goes, we put two headphone jacks in the front, very handy for academic type of institutions. And then connectivity on the back, we have a MIDI in and out, USB of course, a sustain, volume, and stereo out and power. This product can actually be powered by USB or wall powered through this adapter here, and we also have a battery power option. And lastly, over on the far left, here is a Kensington slot for academic institutions to lock things down if they need to lock it down. So now I'm just going to play a couple of the sounds and let you kind of hear them. As I said, we have a new grand piano in this instrument. It's actually based on the library, the Platinum 88 library, which is a sampled Steinway, which was sampled up in Berkeley. And we tried our best to work on the dynamics of the instrument. So one thing that we've paid special attention to during this development process is the importance of marrying the mechanical mechanism to the electronic mechanism. So the whole chain is very important. The key bed and its dynamics have to be tuned to the scanning mechanism, which is inside the electronics, and that also has to be tuned to the sound bank itself. So we paid special attention trying to get this instrument to be as dynamic as possible. The samples are very clean. We have a 64 megabyte set of sounds in here, which includes, as I mentioned before, the GM and 64 vintage type of keyboard sounds. Now, with the pitch interpolation that's inside of the 8030 chip, being such high quality, what that also means for us as far as the sounds go, it means that we can use smaller sound sets and achieve better quality because of the pitch interpolation. On the chorus effect, we also have a Spatial Iser, and we use a term internally which is called spatialiousness, and we add to the spatialiousness by turning up the chorus. So it just kind of widens and fattens everything out. So just quickly over the different categories, the pianos, we have a piano string combination, a honky-tonk, a bright piano, and a grand piano. The electric piano complement has, of course, a Wurlitzer, a couple of dyno Rhodes, DX Rhodes. We put some good organs in here, B3s, which have different types of stop settings. We have a clavinet, a couple of very nice synths. A very fat string section. Some leads. The keyboard is both velocity sensitive and aftertouch in here. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate the split and layer mode. Okay, so we have a split layer functionality here. And the way that this system works is that when you put it into one of these split layers, there's an LED that represents the upper or the lower being lit. When the LED is lit, it directs all the front panel controls to the layer that's lit. So in the case now it's upper, so I can select the upper layer sound, and I can control the upper layer sound with these synth controls. I just press it again, then it moves to, and it activates the lower layer. And with the lower layer, now I can select an instrument independently. The split point is here right now. So you can see it moves back and forth. To set the split layer, it's pretty simple. You just hold the split key and press the key here. Pretty simple paradigm. So now I have it set like that. You cycle this button one more time, it becomes layer mode. You see both of the LEDs lit, and now both sounds are stacked on top of each other. In this mode, the data slider becomes repurposed as a crossfader. So all the way up is the upper layer, all the way down is the lower layer, and then somewhere in between, you might be happy with what the sound is. Okay, so the select button also lets you just kind of cruise through the presets. There's a program change select mode. So you just cycle the select button until the program change light is lit. And then you can use the data slider just to cruise through all the sounds. So that's a very quick way for you to audition things. And you'll notice this is kind of a cool feature that we put in is whenever you change the program, the matrix lights follow whatever program value that is. So the other cool feature that we think is cool about this product is we built in this wireless transmitter. So in fact, all the sounds that you've been hearing so far have been transmitted wirelessly from this keyboard to a power amp that's sitting on the floor. This wireless system that we've developed, it's based on the pipeline technology, which you may have heard about. It features 16-bit, 48 kilohertz uncompressed audio, super clean. The latency in the system is down to 5.5 milliseconds. So you should get a pretty good signal from that. And with the wireless, you can be, pretty free. Combining that with the battery power capabilities of this product, I can now, battery power the thing. There's no wires. Select a sound and play. So, no wires. So we imagine people doing, crazy things like putting straps on it. I think the frustrated keyboard player might have, a place on the front of the stage now. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Along with the keyboards, we're also offering a couple of accessories that we think are kind of nice. We have a gig bag, which is pretty standard. But what we've done is we put backpack straps on it so that our keyboard players can walk around on the subways with their keyboards. This is the 49-note version, and it's pretty lightweight. The other thing that we did was try to recognize interest in semi-custom type of products, customizability of products by users. So we did the design of the end caps such that they were actually easily removable. So we're going to offer as accessories different colors, blue, red, silver, and then a wood transfer. And it gives the instrument a very different character, just changing the end caps. So we think this is going to be kind of a fun type of product.